Airtech Javron SuperCub build. Just going to show you what's kind of going on today. Get the micro generators from Aerodynamics painted, getting ready to put on. This is just a way that I normally do it. There's a lot of ways. I've talked with Micro, and they have used some of our paint before, and I've talked to the guy in Extent, and they've got a nice carousel type deal that whenever they sell a set already painted. But I'm not doing that many sets, so I'm not going to build something special, but I do like doing it this way. What I do is just take like just a cardboard, something that fabric or something, and come over and wrap tape around it backwards really tight so that you can stick them on, you can mash them real hard. The reason I like doing that, if you look here, if you put a piece of two-sided tape, and let's just say this is the two-sided tape, and you put them down and you spray them in all directions, you can put enough paint that you would bridge the side. Then when you take them off, you've got this raw paint kind of spread out over the edges that you have to take a razor blade or something to cut. By sticking them on this, I've always liked it because you only have one little spot here that it'll bridge across, and it's kind of rough, and you usually don't have much bridging of paint there, but you have it kind of open on this end and on this end because this is round. And not that you're wanting to paint the bottom, but your paint does a nice wrap around all the corners, and you can just hold it in one hand and rotate it. And I would probably put a coat of epoxy prime, just a thin one, on this first. The book says you can go straight to paint because they're anodized, but I'll probably just put a misting of our epoxy primer on it first. And that way I can shoot a shot this way, angle the gun this way, just do a couple, 3 passes, and I've got all the angles. So I'm gonna paint these the turquoise color, and that way they can be curing and be ready to put on. Thank you. I came out here tonight finishing up, and I just noticed something I want to make one note of. Finishing up, getting ready to put these on the wing. When I mentioned before about the way I paint these, and if the way you get the paint all the way around the sides, if you do run into one that you get a little overspray under, I like to lay them on a piece of sandpaper or something and get that back to the clean metal, because that's going to give you a good adhesion when you're gluing them on. Naturally, the paint will stick to the paint because you are gluing to the paint if you're not going to sand all the way to the primer. I usually just rough up the Airtech, and it does fine sticking to that. But I like to, at least on one side, have them good and clean. I just noticed that. I thought I'd add that if anybody's putting a set of these on for the first time. Every now and then you'll get an angle pretty heavy when you're spraying and get a blow under like that. So I like to run those across a little sandpaper. It don't take just a couple little swipes, and it'll clean them up. I'm gonna finish this up tonight.